67 wins put them as a top 5 team of all time. Combination of their offense and defense made them one of the best teams ever. And it was something Kenny and I were not used to. We're used to seeing big guards dominate. Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Penny Hardaway. Steph Curry has the same body as Kenny's son. Kenny's son is 19-year-old. Guy has no chest muscles, but he dominates.
Yeah, KJ has no chest muscles. But I'll tell you.
Oh, say.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. The home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Pacers, Paul George is out there with Allen. Then there's Ellis. Then there's Hill. And it's Mahinmi in at the 5. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Here's Hill. The Warriors making the shot. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Warriors ball.
Outside Curry. Paul George grabs the miss. Warriors on D. 4-point game. From deep three-point range, they get it back. Allen. Offensive rebound. Here's Mahinmi. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Here's Ellis. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That's on Andrew Bogut.
Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005.
Getting back to Monte Ellis. Had he gone to college for even 1 year, I think he would have probably been a top 10 pick. But you look at what he's brought to the table over his career, points and assists, rebounds, steals, playmaking. His production has been astounding.
You know, he's one of those unsung players. He never gets voted to the All-Star game. It never gets spoken about as one of the top guards in this league. But you look at the body of work and you ask his competitors throughout this league, and they're going to tell you that guy's as tough as they get.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about the glide in and then also to reverse it?
And Green gets it to go.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropped. Impressive scoring here.
Now here is Hill. Let's go. Here's Allen. The Warriors pull it in. Now the Warriors moving it up. Barnes with the ball. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And the basketball. by Curry.
Well, I tell you what, getting out in transition has really been a big part of this run they're on now.
And the best way to pile up points in a hurry, just run and get your buckets before the defense can get set.
Again, missing Hill. Warriors leading by 9. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Warriors?
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And Curry and his turnovers last year, a lot of it might have been getting used to a new system, but you can see he's also tightened up his play to reduce the giveaways. And, you know, Curry knew turnovers were a problem. How about his mom even instituted a fine on him? And so anytime he has more than 3 in a game, he owes his mom $100 per turnover.
The Pacers making a change here. Turner's checked in. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Barnes. And a change for the Pacers. Hill, he's checked in for Paul George. Here's Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Pacers trail by 10. Near the three-point line, it's Ellis, and that's going to be a travel.
With 3 turnovers so far, and the real issue is the fact that they're unforced, too careless with the basketball.
Greg, they've been out of sync since the opening tip. I mean, they've got to take better care of the ball.
Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut. Then for the Pacers, C.J. Miles comes in for Mahimi. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Monte Ellis.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
And guys, last season, Klay Thompson made his first All-Star trip overall. Clark, his game took a huge leap forward.
Hey, I agree with you, Kevin, and a big reason for that, I think, was his spot on Team USA. Playing the way he did and with that group really lifted his confidence.
Excellent point. Azizi's checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
And Thompson last season set the record for most points ever in a quarter with 37. Made all 13 shots and 2 free throws and finished the game with 52 points.
Clark, he's checked in for the Warriors. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Hill comes in for Rodney Stuckey. Stripped away. From 12 feet out. That's good.
And Thompson making all 9 of his 3-pointers in that game. I mean, that was also a record, the most 3-pointers in a quarter. I think that performance sealed his place among the All-Star reserves.
And he goes in for the dunk.
He could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Outside Hill. And stolen by Spates. To the paint. It's stolen by Hill. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yeah, +5, as you mentioned. That didn't take very long, did it?
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Lawson. Soft touch off the glass.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the rim.
Iguodala, the pass to Livingston. Lets it go from the wing. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And the Pacers call time here. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he had been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Hill. Shot is no good. The Warriors go the other way with it.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
And that is always a good recipe for offensive efficiency and a key to their lead tonight.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for the Warriors. Barbosa comes in for Sean Livingston. And a change for the Pacers. Turner's checked in, and the foul on Miles Turner. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin.
Penalty situation. At the line for your Warriors.
Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
Iguodala, that's a two-pointer. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Hey, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what.
I think I had that all my life. I always have to prove somebody.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exits in the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Rush in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. George with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Mahimi's shot is good.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Here's Curry with the three, and the basket good. Curry's got 5. We all know about the Splash Brothers, but it seems everyone on Golden State now can hit a three. They set a franchise record in made threes last year at 883 triples.
Incredible.
Wow.
I mean, they can stretch you out as well as anyone, and it's why they are so good going small. I mean, they did lead the league in three-point percentage last year, making almost 40% of those threes.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
George. And it's George again missing.
He's been an absolute non-factor. 0 factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
Pacers trail by 20.
For the Warriors, guys, not only did they lead the league in three-point percentage, they also hit about 45% of their three-point attempts from the corner. That's the highest percentage three on the court.
And how about 45% from the corner three? That is absurd, especially when you consider that the Warriors would put it up from anywhere. You look at the numbers from last year, and what this team did from beyond the arc was simply phenomenal.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He's had almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed him.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
And the Warriors making a change here. Ezeli's checked in.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Thompson with it, picked up by Stuckey. Tries it from the top of the key. Ezeli kicks to Barnes. Hits the three-point bomb. Barnes has got 5 points so far.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Stolen by Thompson. Stolen by George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in. Warriors leading by 21. Out to the right wing. Ezeli inside. Mahimi on him. And that one's good. He has 5.
And, you know, as you said, the Pacers did have problems with injuries. The team roster missed 219 games due to injury. So compare that to the 69 games missed by the Pacers in 2014. Big difference. It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Nobody near Barnes. Another 3 for Golden State.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
You know, they can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
The rise of Draymond Green as their stretch 4-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
Timeout called the Pacers. And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact, Clark, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value-utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better, and while he's not an all-star yet, the sum of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Warriors. George, that's a 2-pointer. Indiana again missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Green, and it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. Indiana also making some changes. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. C.J. Miles comes in for George. And George Hills subbed in for Monte Ellis. And Indiana making a change here. Lawson's checked in.
Ty Lawson.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And it's Golden State's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Livingston, no luck. And that's an intentional foul. Brandon Rush is checked in for Festus Ezeli.
Checking in for your Warriors, Brandon Rush.
That'll be a 5-second call.
That's an inexcusable mistake, guys. That's not the way to get back in the game.
And I don't know if anybody can tell you what he was thinking, because I certainly have no idea.
Allen against space. Pulls it up. And it's Miles with the rebound.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
There's 1:54 left here in the second.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Balls. Dolan. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. Barbosa gets the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket? Coming off. A pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Lawson with it. Barbosa picks him up. Lawson sets a screen for Allen. There's a good screen. Hill has the open look. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that. Well, it seems like they're getting a little fat and sassy here, complacent in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've seen their free throw attempts stagnate, not getting much going on inside. They can't get too comfortable.
Ian Clark's checked in for the Warriors. Turner's checked in for Indiana. Outside Hill. Lawson outside. Clock at 6. Takes the 13-footer. Connects. The jumper drops. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. Puts it up. And he overshot that one, missing. Indiana's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. But they've continued to let them fly. The Pacers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bogan's checked in. Clark kicks to Iguodala. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 6 to shoot. From the arc. Here's Rush. He got it! That is one fantastic buzzer beater!
He hit that shot like it was nothing. Just another day at the office.
That is what you call much in the clutch.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Warriors ahead.
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the underlying principle of how you and the team have taken the floor tonight?
Communication. Communication doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but in order for us to be a good team, everyone has to be on the same page, and we're doing it tonight.
Andre, thank you. Kevin, one of those intangibles you always look to.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. So it's Golden State who's out on top at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, let's go to... And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is...
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. One of the stories here, Harris involved.